One early morning, I opened my eyes, looking at the familiar ceiling. Outside, the sun was up, birds chirping. Everything felt so peaceful. I scrolled through my phone, checking my bank account. The numbers, still good, even better than many. My job, though stressful, provided a comfortable life for me and my family. Friends often praised me, saying I was resourceful and smart. My parents were at ease, no longer worrying much about their child. Yet deep down, an invisible string tightened around my chest. A tiny, persistent whisper kept repeating, "Is it enough? What if?" Hundreds of questions began dancing in my head. It wasn't a lack of material things. It was a nameless fear, a feeling of insecurity clinging to me. Even with a full wallet and a never-empty fridge, it was like a lurking ghost. When I laughed with friends, it hid. When I worked diligently, it temporarily vanished. But as night fell, the computer screen turned off, and all sounds quieted. It reappeared. It sat there beside me, whispering terrifying things about an uncertain future, about unforeseen risks, about losing everything in just a moment. I tried to ignore it, to deny it. I told myself, I have everything. What else is there to worry about? But that feeling, it was stubborn. It was a bottomless pit in my soul. I thought, the more money I earned, the more that pit would be filled. But strangely, the more I had, the wider it seemed to get, on making me feel emptier. Have you ever experienced this? This loneliness amidst abundance? Insecurity amidst false safety? So I plunged into the race. I believed the key to escaping this fear was only one: earn more money. I needed even more. So much that there was nothing left to worry about. So much that all risks would become meaningless. I worked relentlessly, accepted difficult projects, late-night shifts, refused social gatherings, skipped family events. Time for myself, for hobbies, and for rest gradually cut short. My health declined. Dark circles under my eyes grew more prominent. I lived like a machine, knowing only work, work, and more work. My eyes only saw numbers, salary figures, savings figures, investment figures. They had to keep rising. Each time I reached a financial milestone, I felt a moment of relief. That's enough. But that relief lasted only a few days, sometimes just a few hours. Then the whisper returned, stronger. This milestone isn't enough. You still need to worry about the children's future, aging parents, unexpected events, inflation, economic recession, countless things to worry about. Countless bad scenarios I drew in my mind. I started comparing myself to others, seeing friends buy bigger houses, drive more luxurious cars. I felt left behind, although I knew their lives also had their own pressures. But that feeling of not enough urged me to try harder, to run even faster. As if I was running from myself, on from my own fear. I believed money would bring power, the power to control my life, the power to protect loved ones, the power to never bow to hardship. But the more I earned, the more helpless I felt. Helpless before the nameless fear growing within. It wasn't just money. It was something deeper, an emptiness money couldn't fill. I became a prisoner of myself, a prisoner of numbers, a prisoner of worries. I had built a high wall with money, hoping it would shield me from all storms. But I forgot the biggest storm came from within. That wall only made me feel lonelier, trapped in a vicious cycle. Earn money, worry, earn more, worry more. It was a trap I set myself and walked into. I began to wonder, am I going the wrong way? Am I looking for something in the wrong place? Then one day, I was exhausted. Not physically, but mentally. I sat quietly in my room, watching the rain fall outside the window. I just wanted to stop. In that quiet moment, a thought sparked. What am I really afraid of? I began to dig deep inside. My biggest fear wasn't not having money, but the fear of loss, fear of losing control, fear of not being good enough to cope with the unexpected, fear of life's uncertainty. I realized money is just a tool. It's like water. It can be drinking water to live, but also a flood that sweeps everything away. The problem isn't the water, but how we deal with it. Financial security isn't owning a mountain of money. It's having a strong mindset. That's when I understood. A sense of safety cannot be bought with money. It must be built from within. It's trusting in my own abilities, the ability to learn, to adapt, to overcome difficulties. Even if I lost all my money, could I still live? Could I start again? The answer is yes. And that is the true foundation of security. I began to change my perspective. Money is not the master. Money is the servant. I no longer blindly chased numbers. Instead, I started asking, how can this money best serve my life? What values can it help me build? That moment, I felt a burden lifted. Not the burden of money, but the burden of fears, of false expectations I placed on myself. I still needed money, of course, but I no longer let it control my life. I had found the key. The key wasn't in a safe. It was in my own heart. The journey for financial security for me became a journey of self-discovery. It's not a destination, but a lifestyle. I began to appreciate what I had, learning to live with gratitude. I focused on self-development, learning new skills, building quality relationships, because I knew those were the real assets that would never be lost. They create stability for me, no matter how the market fluctuates. I also learned to accept uncertainty. Life is an endless flow. There will always be unexpected things, both good and bad. Instead of fearing, I learned to prepare. Prepared with knowledge, skills, health, and most importantly, a strong mindset. Peace doesn't come from having no problems, but from knowing I have enough inner strength to face any problem. It comes from understanding that my value doesn't depend on my bank account balance. My value lies in who I am, in what I can create, in how I live and love. I still work hard, save, and invest. But now I do these things with a different mindset, with proactive intention, with a clear purpose, and with a much lighter heart. A fear still comes knocking sometimes, but I've learned to open the door, face it, and then gently send it away. True security isn't a safe full of money. It's a peaceful heart. It's self-confidence. It's knowing enough, gratitude, and living fully in every moment. And that is a priceless asset that no number can buy.